Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be your love and relationships reading for February 2023, looking at you and the person that you are currently dealing with. The intention behind these readings is to try to look at all sides of the story. There are 3 sides to every story, so we've got your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and that higher level unbiased truth in the middle / kind of what's to be learned from this connection. I am using 7 different decks for this reading. So I have the 3 oracle decks that I've actually gone ahead and pulled. We'll go through those in a second. I'm using 3 different tarot decks for each side of this connection. And then I have the overall advice deck that I'll be using. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. The last thing I want to mention is I will not be doing love readings every week on this channel. I'll be kind of switching between different types of readings. And the other last thing is I want to encourage you guys to try to look out, think outside the box in these readings. It might not just be about a romantic connection. This could be about, a friend, a coworker. Essentially, the intention is, what connection are you needing to learn the most from right now? All right. Scorpio, on your side of this connection, you have confidence is your key to success with discernment. I feel like you're being pretty careful in your approach to this connection. Because with this discernment card, it feels like you're having to choose your action, maybe like words, actions, choices, like choosing very wisely right now. I see like right now is about your personal confidence. Specifically, I don't think it's necessarily specifically in this relationship, or in this connection. I feel like it's your personal confidence about connections and kind of being able to discern whether or not a connection is serving you or not. This person has a personal issue, reaches a resolution with authentic expression. I feel like this person's been pretty focused on themselves right now. Not necessarily in a selfish way, just I do feel like they have a personal issue, reaches resolution. However, this could be they're having an issue with this connection that's about to come to a resolution. But I also feel like this is about them not like struggling with this authentic expression. I feel like they have a hard time opening up about how they feel and being able to fully express what it is that they need to in order for you guys to both come to a resolution. Because in between this connection, you have the end of a tough cycle approaches with resolution. So I see that there's some sort of a resolution coming to each of you in this connection, and I feel like it'll be good moving forward. Now, the overall energy for the reading is death and karmic path. The way that I see this, it's interesting. This karmic path card's been coming out quite a bit in these love readings. This karmic path, card to me, it really talks about a karmic cycle. So I feel like this is the end of a karmic cycle that has been between these 2 people. So I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like there's a resolution coming. I feel like maybe some clarity will follow, but let's see. This is looking at Scorpio's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. This is Scorpio's side of the connection. Interesting. Yeah, so there's the death card right off the bat. Again, you have it in reverse, but this is a cycle that really wants to complete. Now with the Page of Pentacles here, there's an opportunity that you're wanting when it comes to this connection. But again, I feel like you're being very careful with it. There's like a little thing stuck on there. You're being very careful with it, which I like, because I do feel like right now is a time to, like I said, kind of approach with caution in a way. Not necessarily like this connection I don't necessarily feel like this connection's negative or like toxic or anything like that. It could be, we'll obviously see when we dive in, but just from kind of higher level energies, I don't necessarily feel that. I do feel like there's a karmic cycle that's keeping you guys a little bit at a distance right now. And maybe that just is in terms of, not having open communication and not being able to fully open up about what, each person is feeling. But let's see. Scorpio's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Yeah, Scorpio, you're looking, okay, this is interesting because you have the moon and then the sun on the bottom of the deck. So it's interesting because you are currently looking at this connection through the lens of fear. 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions come from our subconscious. Only 5% of how we interact with the world and our environment and the people, with the people around us comes from our conscious mind. And so that 95% of us, if we don't do the healing and we don't, do what's needed, then that 95% becomes a product of our experiences. If we've experienced trauma or, betrayal or loss in relationships, whatever the case might be, and we haven't taken the time to really fully heal our past, well, we run the risk of bringing that energy into our current, our new relationships, and then potentially sabotaging it from there. So what I'm getting at, not saying that that's what's happening, but what I'm getting at is right now you're seeing things through the lens of fear that has stemmed from past experiences that you've been through. Because I feel like with the Sun card here, there's a lot of potential for happiness in this connection. Now, I feel like you know better than anyone, Scorpio, not to don't live for other people's potential, right? If you're living for the potential of a person, you're essentially, you're hoping for the potential of something that doesn't even exist. You're hoping for something that doesn't exist, because potential is it's more of a concept than an actual tangible situation. And I feel like that's kind of what you're going through right now, is you're like, I see the potential in this, but also I'm not going to live for that potential. I'm going to make sure that things are aligning with me, because that's the other thing, is like, with confidence is your key to success. Confidence in relationships is so important, because it allows you to set boundaries and stand tall in those boundaries, and saying that if I'm not treated the way that I deserve, then this connection isn't for me. Now, it's kind of that concept of everyone deserves a second chance, but if someone proves you, if they prove to you over and over again that they're just not willing to do what you need to feel comfortable, safe, secure in a connection, well then, that's kind of a sign that it's, time to kind of to maybe start to walk away. Now, I don't necessarily feel like you guys have reached that yet, but let's see. Scorpio's side of the connection. I feel like you are really trying to you're trying to open up here, but I feel like you're struggling, because you have the Judgment, Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Sun. They were all flipped at the beginning. So there's that Sun card on the bottom here again. It's like it's almost like you see the potential, but you're having trouble seeing the reality. Kind of like what I was just saying. Now, not that you don't want to, because I feel again, it just feels like you're putting, there's a lot of looking at this person's potential and this connection, a lot of hoping for the potential of this connection. And I feel like that's getting you stuck in like disappointment and fear, because this person, I don't feel like, has been living up to your potential, have been living up to their potential, excuse me, and to your expectation of their potential. Now, I feel like this discernment card is almost like a warning. Be very picky with where you dish your energy out right now, because you want to make sure that you're not overgiving to situations that aren't serving you. Because if you overgive and this person consistently isn't willing to reciprocate, well, then that's kind of just that's a pretty telltale sign that they're not, this person isn't necessarily supposed to be in your life. Now, that doesn't mean that's what's happening. I'm just saying, like, should things kind of continue down this path, I feel like that's kind of the next conversation to have with yourself. But let's see, Scorpio's side of this connection. Lots and lots of conflict in this connection right now. There's been some negative changes. Negative changes. That's not what I meant to say. Negative karma that is being brought to light in this connection. And so that's why that's why this connection probably has the potential to trigger you more than other connections. It has the potential to kind of like you maybe feel more attached to it for some reason, and that is because there is this karmic connection here. Now, I'm not saying this is a karmic connection, but there is a karmic cycle within this connection that's needing to be addressed and worked through right now. And I feel like what that karmic connection is, well, actually, before I just state that, let me see, what is the karmic aspect of this connection here for Scorpio's side? Karmic aspect of this connection for Scorpio's side. Lack of communication. Confidence, it comes from being able to speak your truth and say, this is what I need, this is what I deserve, this is what I'm asking for. And if someone comes back and is saying your needs are too much, you're asking for too much, that's unrealistic, whatever the case is, then understand that you're not asking for too much, you're asking the wrong person. And I feel like right now you're holding in a lot of what you feel you deserve in this connection out of fear of losing it. Because there is like, I mean, I feel like this is about a connection that you're wanting a new beginning with. You're wanting to kind of start over, wipe the slate clean, and, you know, build from the ground up. But right now you're still kind of dealing with the fact that, like, if you don't deal with what's already been, both in this connection and in past connections, then you're going to bring that energy into it, and it's going to, you know, potentially sabotage the connection. So that's why right now this whole focus of this reading is about putting an ending to the karmic cycle within this connection. And that's gonna require some pretty brutal honesty with yourself about, again, like, whether or not this connection is serving you, or whether it's you know, doing more harm than it is good. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. This is just a general reading, so take it as it resonates. But that's just what I feel is coming through here. I'm not sorry, I didn't. Well, yeah, I didn't set the intention. Okay, Scorpio's side of this connection. Scorpio's side of this connection to the person they are dealing with. Yeah, right now is a time to really go within. You have the Hermit with the Six of Wands in reverse, because right now you're lacking a lot of hope when it comes to this connection. I feel like it's like you want a new beginning, but you just don't feel like it's possible. Now, on the flip side, I feel like this person isn't giving you a whole lot of hope either, because they are struggling with authentic expression, but I feel like that's going to get better, and that might give you a little bit of clarity. I don't necessarily feel, you know, with this resolution card, because this is a tough cycle. This is the end of a karmic cycle, and karmic cycles are freaking hard. They're hard to deal with. They're hard to overcome, and they're really, really, really hard to close. And the reason for that is that there's usually, I mean, not usually, there always is a really big lesson that needs to be learned, and that lesson is really deep rooted in our subconscious. It's, you know, it's fear from in your subconscious that stems from, you know, past betrayal or past abandonment or whatever the case might be, that this connection is poking at right now. So I feel like right now is a time to really go within and make sure that you're looking at, like, the truth, like just straight up the truth of the connection, not, you know, sugarcoating it, not with rose-colored glasses on, because this discernment card, you know, it really is talking about being very, very picky with where you put your energy, and making sure you can discern between what is serving you, what is not, or, you know, what is possible versus what's just kind of a, you know, a pipe dream kind of thing in this connection. And not that what you want in love and what you want in this type of relationship, that's absolutely possible. What I'm talking about is whether or not this connection with this person, it's kind of figuring out whether or not it's worth it, because I do feel like this person has put you through quite a bit. But okay, let's even see what their energy is, because I don't even know. I don't feel like, when I look at this person's energy, like when I feel like the just kind of the initial, it doesn't feel bad. Like, it doesn't feel like they are intentionally going out of their way to put you in this position at all. Now, they might have past trauma that's keeping them from being able to hold a healthy relationship together, and that's just not your burden to bear, you know. But let's see. This is the person Scorpio's dealing with side of this connection. The person that Scorpio's dealing with side of this connection. They're doing a lot of healing right now, actually. Yeah, I feel like you, like, because they have the Star with the Four of Swords, you've kind of pushed them to heal. I feel like you've pushed them to face a lot of things that they haven't wanted to, like almost like their own karmic situations. Yeah, because there's that Six of Cups in reverse, like from their past. Because this connection here, especially if it's, you know, with a karmic cycle, that means that there's a lesson for both people, you know. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be stemming from the nature of the lesson is usually the same, but it doesn't have to be the same lesson. So I feel like both of you right now are kind of dealing with your past through this connection. It's kind of interesting. This person is doing a lot of healing, and I feel like they're healing because of this connection. So you can, you know, kind of be sure of that. There's that Page of Pentacles. The same Page of Pentacles you have. I feel like they do want an opportunity here, but it just kind of depends on, I feel like this person feels like they're not sure if that's like possible with you or not. But let's see. This person's side of the connection to Scorpio. Hey, pull in the same cards. There's the Judgment card. This person's being very hard on themselves. Look at that. These cards are like, you had the Eight of Swords in reverse with that Fool in reverse. This is that lack of communication. And the Hermit. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. You guys are mirroring each other a ton right now. So whatever, and that's kind of like what, my purpose in these readings is like, I encourage you to look at it too as like you and your relationship with yourself, because every connection that we have is a reflection of ourselves, some more than others. But the ways that you're judging this person, or the ways that you're kind of, getting angry at this person, if you're feeling reactive toward them, I'm not necessarily saying you are, but if you are, look within, because this is a very mirrored connection. I feel like you both struggle with authentic expression, and most karmic connections are, right? Yeah. They're thrown up as a lot of the same energy as you have. So this is kind of an interesting connection here. Lots of mirroring. This person's side of the connection to the person that they are dealing with. Wait, yeah, to you, to Scorpio. Yeah, whoa, you have triggered this person like crazy, which makes sense why they're healing. They're feeling really emotional right now. They have the Nine of Cups with the Nine of Swords. And the way that just hit me was like, this person is feeling very triggered. They're feeling very overwhelmed emotionally right now, and I feel like they have absolutely no idea how to communicate that to you. Now, at the end of the day, what they're dealing with right now, that shouldn't be your concern, because your concern right now should be kind of the processing that you're needing to be doing. Now, I get that kind of understanding where this person is coming from can help that. So do understand that. But the point of this reading is to pull you back into looking within yourself, because every connection comes from every connection is a reflection of you, right? A relationship with yourself, and it doesn't have to be to the same extent, but like, for me, if I, this is, I don't even know where this is coming from, but if like in the past, when I've dealt with connections that struggled with addiction, I had to look within and kind of realize where I was struggling with addiction, not to the same extent, but in different ways. Like mine could be to, watching too much TV or overindulging in food, things like that, that really held me back in life. Now this person was dealing with, drugs and alcohol and things like that. But I'm using this as like mirroring. It doesn't have to be the same extreme, behavior, but the thing that you're reactive to can be similar. And I feel like right now you guys are triggering each other a lot. This person has a tendency to be kind of controlling. I feel like it's because they're fearful of being out of control, which is, typically the case. Someone who's controlling is trying to control what they can because they feel out of control. This person's energy towards Scorpio. This person doubts themselves a ton. Okay, the King of Wands in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. This person has like no hope for this connection, I feel like. Actually, that's not true. This person just doesn't really feel good enough for you. Or like the way that you trigger them triggers those insecurities of not feeling good enough. That could be the other thing too. But they're both very unsure of themselves and very unsure of their ability to pursue this connection. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't want it, because I feel like they do. But I also feel like they are kind of focusing on their healing right now, which is good. You should want that, because that ultimately helps. That would help build a stronger connection in the future, right? Should that be the case? But that's kind of where there's kind of that idea of like, well, is this worth the wait? Is it worth kind of, is it worth it? I think is what you should be asking yourself right now. And your immediate answer might be yes, but do a little bit more soul searching on that, and make sure that you're not just coming from a place of this is as good as it gets for me. Because again, you have confidence as your key to success. Understand that what you deserve in love is possible, whether it's with this person or not. What is meant for you will not pass you if you make the decision to walk away from this connection because it is just not fulfilling you in the way that you deserve. Well, then that's kind of it's the best thing you can do for yourself, is making the decision to kind of step away from it. Now, I'm not saying that you need to, or that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that right now is a time to be very discerning, right? And really kind of like almost like pros and cons, like make the pros and cons and make sure that the pros of this connection outweigh the cons of it. Because I feel like they haven't really as of recently. This person's energy towards Scorpio. This person feels very emotional toward this connection. There's a lot you don't know about them. Not about them, like they're not hiding anything from you, but they struggle with their self-worth a ton. They have the Lovers in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Swords here. They struggle with their self-worth a ton. And I feel like this connection has a tendency to bring that out in them. They struggle to see their value. And that's what I meant by like, I feel like they doubt this connection. They don't doubt the connection. Again, they're kind of similar to you in the sense that they don't doubt the potential. They doubt their ability to pursue it. You don't doubt the potential. You doubt whether you're worthy of it. That's the different, or that's the mirroring here. And I feel like that's where like this person is like, I don't know. I feel like they have, yeah, because there's the 8 of Cups in reverse. They're kind of in like a renewal, like recovery period almost. This person could be recovering from addiction, or maybe that's why I brought up addiction. I don't know. Take it as resonates. That could be a thing though. That could definitely be coming through. I haven't seen the devil. I haven't seen like a codependency, like addiction kind of card, but I mean, they are healing a lot. And like, I feel like with this authentic expression card, it's like they want to tell you what they're going through, but they also don't want to put that on you. But also at the same time, I feel like this is something they need to go through alone. Whether or not you guys are in a current connection or not, like I just feel like this is something they need to handle on their own. This person's connection to Scorpio. The Emperor in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse. This person has a tendency to let their emotions like super get the better of them. Super get the better of them. And that's why they do have a tendency to be very controlling. And when people are controlling, they control what they can, right? So because that's when I said this person has a tendency to be controlling. I saw that Emperor in reverse card, and now it's coming out, so it makes perfect sense. But you know, when people feel out of control, they do things like control, you know, that's where addiction kind of stems from, is that's, you know, that's something that's within their control. Now, I'm not saying this is about addiction. I don't know why that keeps coming through. That could be very specific message for one of you Scorpios out there. Because again, this isn't, I haven't seen the devil card, so I don't really know where that's coming from. But I also, with the personal issue reaches a resolution, I feel like maybe something that they've been dealing with personally has been affecting their relationship. And I feel like maybe you don't fully know the ins and outs of where that's stemming from, and the fact that the reason that they tend to self-sabotage is because of their lack of self-worth. And so I feel like, you know, right now it's kind of that time. It's like this person needs a lot of grace, and they need a lot of deep understanding coming from you. But at the same time, it's not your job to wait for them. It's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to wait for them to get better. It's not your job to, you know, if you feel directly impacted by their decisions, well, then it's kind of like, well, maybe this isn't the time for this, right? And I'm not saying that's the case. Again, I'm not. But I just feel like there's a lot of mirroring in this connection right now, and focusing on the lessons that this person has taught you, because I do feel like this connection has already taught you a lot about yourself. So focusing on the lessons that this connection has taught you, I feel like is going to be the most important thing for you right now. But we are going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to clarify this end of a tough cycle with the resolution card. We're going to pull 9 messages in the extended. I have the advice card that I will pull from Spirit at the very end. Thank you guys so much for the support of my channel. I hope this reading helped and resonated with some of you guys out there and provided you with some clarity. And I do hope to see you back in future readings. Bye, Scorpio.